Stop everything you're doing right now. What I'm about to reveal has been deliberately hidden from 99% of the population for centuries. There's a reason why certain families have maintained wealth for generations, while others work themselves to exhaustion and never break free from financial struggle. And here's what will shock you most. It has absolutely nothing to do with education, connections, or even hard work. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share 8 spiritual laws that govern money flow. Laws so powerful that when you understand just one of them, your financial reality will begin shifting immediately. But here's your first warning. This information challenges everything you've been taught about money, and not everyone is ready to hear it. You found this message at the exact moment when your consciousness is ready to receive this ancient secret. The universe has orchestrated this divine appointment because you're prepared to understand why money flows effortlessly to some while seeming to avoid others completely. Today, you join the ranks of those who comprehend the true nature of abundance and become a conduit through which prosperity naturally flows. By the time these revelations integrate into your consciousness and transform your relationship with money, you will understand 3 critical things. First, why your previous financial struggles were inevitable. Second, why your current breakthrough is imminent. Third, why your future abundance is absolutely guaranteed. But before we go deeper, I need you to understand something crucial. You'll see how money operates according to spiritual law, not economic theory. And here's what the wealthy elite don't want you to know. Aligning with this law makes you irresistible to wealth in all its forms. Most people will never hear what you're about to learn. They'll continue struggling because they're operating from a fundamental misunderstanding that keeps them trapped in scarcity. But you're different. You're here for a reason. The great secret that changes everything is this. Money is not a thing to be acquired, but a flow to be joined. Listen carefully. This single understanding has created more millionaires than any investment strategy, business model, or career choice combined. Most people approach money as if it were a limited resource to be captured, hoarded, and protected from others who might take it away. They live in scarcity consciousness, believing that someone else's gain must mean their loss, that wealth is finite and must be fought for. Here's the truth that will revolutionize your thinking. This fundamental misunderstanding creates the very resistance that blocks money from flowing to them. When you treat money as a scarce commodity, you create scarcity in your experience. When you approach wealth with desperation and need, you repel the very thing you're trying to attract. Money flows like water. It moves freely toward open channels and away from blocked passages. The universe operates on abundance, not scarcity. There is no shortage of money any more than there is a shortage of numbers. The same infinite intelligence that created galaxies filled with countless stars has embedded abundance into the very fabric of existence. Money is simply one expression of this infinite abundance, and it flows naturally to those who understand and align with its true nature. Let me prove this to you with a story that will change how you see wealth forever. Consider the remarkable story of Andrew Carnegie, who arrived in America as a poor Scottish immigrant with nothing but an understanding of this principle. While others saw only limited opportunities and fought each other for scarce positions, Carnegie recognized that wealth was created, not competed for. He understood that money flows to those who provide value, who solve problems, who serve others' needs. Carnegie built the largest steel company in the world by grasping this fundamental truth. Money is energy that flows toward those who facilitate its circulation. He became one of the richest men in history by focusing on serving the growing nation's need for steel, rather than focusing on his own need for money. The money followed naturally because he aligned with the flow rather than fighting against it. Stand in this same understanding and affirm with complete conviction, money flows to me naturally as I align with divine abundance. But this is just the first key. What I'm about to share next will shock you even more. The second key to understanding money's flow lies in recognizing that prosperity is your divine birthright, not a reward for struggle. The universe did not create abundance for some and scarcity for others. It created abundance for all, but only those who claim their birthright experience it. Money avoids those who believe they must earn it through suffering, and flows toward those who understand they deserve it through divine inheritance. This principle appears throughout ancient wisdom. Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. This divine desire for your prosperity reveals that abundance is not something you must convince God to give you. It's something God is eager to pour through you when your consciousness becomes receptive to receiving it. Your soul's prosperity, your alignment with divine abundance consciousness, determines your financial prosperity. When you truly understand that you are heir to infinite wealth, because you are one with the source of all wealth, money begins flowing to you through channels you never expected, in amounts that surprise you, at times that seem miraculous. The biblical story of Solomon illustrates this principle perfectly. When offered anything he desired, Solomon asked for wisdom rather than riches. Yet because he aligned his consciousness with divine priorities, rather than material accumulation, he received both wisdom and wealth beyond measure. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things shall be added unto you. Solomon understood that money flows to those who prioritize spiritual alignment over material acquisition. Let this truth penetrate your being and declare with unwavering faith, I claim my divine birthright of infinite abundance and prosperity. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The third key reveals why money seems to multiply in the hands of some while disappearing from the hands of others. Money responds to your energetic relationship with it. If you fear money, it avoids you. If you hate rich people, you repel wealth. If you believe money is evil or corrupting, you create barriers that block its flow to you. Money is neutral energy that takes on the characteristics you assign to it. When you hold money in reverence as a tool for good, as energy that can bless others and create positive change, it flows toward you because you've made yourself a safe place for it to accomplish divine purposes. When you view money with suspicion, fear, or judgment, it moves away from you because your energy field is hostile to its presence. Warren Buffett exemplifies this principle in his relationship with wealth. Rather than seeing money as something to hoard for personal pleasure, Buffett views it as energy to be circulated for maximum benefit. His famous commitment to give away 99% of his wealth demonstrates his understanding that money flows most abundantly to those who hold it lightly and use it purposefully. Money trusts him with greater amounts because he demonstrates wisdom in its stewardship. The universe is asking you to make a revolutionary declaration right now. In the comments below, write these words: abundance is my natural state. This simple statement activates something profound in your consciousness. When you publicly declare abundance as your natural state, you break agreement with every scarcity belief that has limited your financial flow. Make this declaration now, then continue listening, because what follows will show you exactly how to become an unstoppable magnet for money. The fourth key unlocks the mystery of timing. Why money flows to some people at exactly the right moments, while others remain perpetually waiting for their breakthrough. Money flows according to divine timing, not human impatience. Those who understand this principle position themselves to receive abundance when the universe is ready to deliver it, rather than forcing outcomes through desperate action. Divine timing operates on perfect intelligence that sees the full picture of your life, your preparation, your purpose, and your capacity to handle wealth wisely. Money delayed is often money refined. Align with this perfect timing and affirm with complete trust. Divine timing orchestrates my financial abundance for my highest good and greatest purpose. But here's what most people miss entirely, and it's the difference between temporary success and lasting wealth. The fifth key reveals the magnetic power of gratitude in attracting wealth. Money flows toward those who appreciate what they already have and away from those who focus on what they lack. Gratitude is the frequency that opens all channels of abundance, while complaint is the vibration that closes them. Most people operate from a consciousness of when I have more money, then I'll be grateful. This backwards thinking creates a vibrational barrier that repels the very abundance they desire. Money responds to present moment appreciation, not future promises of gratitude. The parable of the talents demonstrates this principle clearly. The servants who were grateful for what they were given and used it wisely received more. The servant who complained about receiving less and hid what he had, lost even that. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. This is not cruel divine punishment, but natural spiritual law. Gratitude multiplies whatever you're grateful for, while complaint diminishes whatever you complain about. Cultivate this magnetic frequency and declare with heartfelt appreciation, I am deeply grateful for all abundance flowing to me now and always. Now, here's where most wealthy people break the rules everyone else follows. The sixth key unveils the power of circulation. Money flows to those who keep it moving and stagnates with those who try to hoard it. Wealth is like a river that must keep flowing to remain fresh and vital. When you dam up the flow through fear-based hoarding, you create stagnation that eventually cuts off your supply. When you allow money to flow through you freely, you become a conduit that attracts ever-increasing abundance. This principle challenges conventional financial wisdom that emphasizes saving and accumulation over circulation and investment. John D. Rockefeller understood this principle profoundly. Despite becoming the wealthiest person in modern history, Rockefeller never hoarded his wealth. He continuously reinvested in business expansion, philanthropic causes, and economic development. He famously said, "I believe that every right implies a responsibility, every opportunity an obligation, every possession a duty." Rockefeller's wealth grew exponentially because he treated money as energy to be circulated for productive purposes rather than security to be stored for personal protection. Embrace this principle of circulation and affirm with generous confidence, money flows through me freely, blessing others and returning to me multiplied. But what I'm about to share next is the secret that separates the ultra-wealthy from everyone else. The seventh key exposes the crucial role of purpose in attracting wealth. Money flows most abundantly to those whose prosperity serves purposes greater than personal accumulation. The universe channels resources through people who will use them to create value, solve problems, and bless others. When your wealth serves only your own desires, the flow remains limited. When your prosperity serves divine purposes, the flow becomes unlimited. This principle explains why some people with modest personal needs attract enormous wealth. They become conduits for abundance that serves purposes beyond their individual requirements. Connect with your highest purpose and declare with sacred intention, my wealth serves divine purposes and multiplies as it blesses the world. Now, here's the final key that ties everything together, and it's the most powerful of all. The eighth key reveals the transformative power of faith in manifesting financial abundance. Money flows to those who maintain unwavering faith in divine provision, even when circumstances suggest limitation. Faith is not wishful thinking, but spiritual knowing that transcends physical appearances. When you truly know that abundance is your divine inheritance, you naturally attract experiences that validate this knowing. Most people operate from faith in lack. They believe deeply in limitation, scarcity, and financial struggle. This faith in limitation creates the exact experiences they believe in. But when you develop faith in abundance, when you know with absolute certainty that you are heir to infinite wealth, the universe must validate your faith by providing evidence of your divine inheritance. Root yourself in unshakable faith and affirm with absolute certainty, my faith in divine abundance creates unlimited financial prosperity in my life. As these 8 keys integrate into your consciousness, you begin operating from abundance awareness rather than scarcity thinking. You recognize money as divine energy, seeking purposeful channels rather than limited resources requiring desperate pursuit. This shift in understanding automatically shifts your experience. Opportunities appear where you previously saw obstacles. Resources become available when you need them. Money begins flowing to you naturally because you've aligned with the laws that govern its movement. You are not separate from the source of all abundance. You are an expression of that source. When you align with this intelligence, when you think from its abundance rather than from human limitation, you become a magnet for wealth that serves divine purposes through human channels. Right now, as this understanding integrates fully into your being, new streams of abundance are opening in your life. Money flows to those who understand this. And now, you understand. The flow has begun, and it will continue growing stronger as your understanding deepens and your faith increases. Welcome to your new relationship with wealth. Welcome to the flow of divine abundance. Welcome to the understanding that changes everything.